Hey everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of Success Builders. I trust you're all doing well. Today we have with us Victoria Lacap. How are you doing today?
Hello, Erica. I'm so fine right now. Thank you so much for the invite. And I didn't expect that, but as I have know about you, like a little bit about you, I already see that you have a big vision. So thank you so much for having me here.
No, it's an absolute pleasure. And where are you calling in from today?
I'm here in the Philippines, Manila to be exact. Have you been here?
No, actually, I haven't been to the Philippines before, but I think I might in future. It sounds like a lovely place.
You're
And
always
yeah, I live in New Zealand, so our winters are terribly cold, so it might be a good place to go for winter.
absolutely. It's a tropical country. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I used to be from South Africa, and I'm not used to the cold, so um, yeah.
Understand.
So it's a bit of a shock coming here, and the winters are like nearly 0 degrees where I am. But there's other parts of the country that go minus. Luckily, we only go minus once or twice during our winters where I am, but the other parts of the country definitely do. So yeah, definitely would be interested to go to a tropical country sometimes.
For sure. Consider Philippines.
Yeah, definitely. So, I hear that you are multi-talented and that you're doing a lot of cool stuff. And first of all, I just want to tell the audience of one of the things that actually really stood out for me about your profile is that you're identified as human. So, so I thought that was pretty cool. What led you to put that on?
First of all, I have a mission to like unbox the boxes, and because people are like trying to fit in some places, I just want to remind people that we are all human anyway. So yeah, it's like, and I was like, how should I introduce myself? Human. I'm a human.
Well, that is becoming more and more relevant as AI bots and personalities are starting to come on board in social media, especially Instagram. Instagram is riddled with AI personalities, and like sometimes I just go on a bit of a following spree to see if people will follow me back, and then I go and half the time I've just followed a whole bunch of AI people, and then so it's like definitely helps that you're identifying as human. And I think there should be some kind of default setting on Facebook or Instagram, on any social that actually identifies people as human and not human, especially as AI comes into the foreground. So that's really interesting that you've started that trend already. I think
Thank
you're a
you.
visionary before you even know it, right?
Visionary connects visionaries. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
exactly. And so Um, the audience would love to hear your story. So I'm going to open up the floor to you to tell us a bit about your journey and what you're doing now and how it all came together, just from wherever you like to start in your journey to where you are now. The floor is yours, and I'll just ask some questions as we go along. And I pick up on some interesting things we might want to explore further into. All right?
Yes, thank you for opening the stage for me. All right, hi guys, this is Victoria again, and I have recently released a book called Master the Art of Innerstanding, and this is, by the way, is all about understanding oneself. Okay, because I've been in the journey when I was a kid. I was bullied. I may not be the same as others, but my story was like out of the people in the classroom, I'm the one being laughed at, being called horse. I don't know why. So I just experienced this kind of um, self-doubt. Okay. And I also had this fear of judgment since then. Then my father died. We had to change location. And then I realized that when you change your location, they actually don't know what happened to you in the past. And therefore, this proximity does not have any pre-assumption of you unless what you already know about yourself. And so I still carry that story behind what happened to me before. And so as I move along, I I tend to focus outward because I had 20 years gap with my siblings. I don't have any other choice but to look out for myself from others. And so I became so Like I was always thinking about what other people think about me. I had this fear of being seen, fear of being projected upon, but then I instantly consider what they would tell about me. And later on, I went to Dubai. I worked there as a customer service representative for about 9 years, and I have felt lost. It's like every day I'm I'm waking up just to wait for the paychecks. I'm still single right now. I don't have anything to live for. So there was a time that I almost gave up because I don't see any progress in me comparing my life to other people highlights, which made me feel so less worthy of about myself. It's not this is not how I looked like before. I was 60 kg for my height. It's overweight. I have lots of pimples. I have stress issues because I have a PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, which made me felt this kind of mental stress, if you may, but I blame it on the PCOS. Then one day, I realized that the blame was all about me and how I see myself. Okay, those interpretation of other people judgments are the judgment I have made upon myself. If you would realize any input from other people, as an IT, this is my term, any input from other people judgment, you have the last voice. You have what we call the judgment, the last judgment. Like A or B. Is it A or B? You choose it. But there are so many things that you can choose from. And recently I had an NLP certification, which is neuro linguistic programming, which is our voice, our thoughts, our views within ourselves. And there is 85,000 realities every time we choose A or B. So what our minds does is to delete, distort, or generalize. So I didn't know I was formulating a character that I built upon myself based on the interpretation I have had from other people. But then it will never be as clear as what it should without me loving myself. Loving, accepting, forgiving that everything happens for a reason and that I have permit other people to judge me that way. Therefore, I was sad. Therefore, I was in a victim mental mindset. Therefore, I was allowing myself to be in that vibration of guilt, of shame, of doubt, all about myself is equal to my value and worth. Sorry. And so I realized that I have to change in order for my life to change. And that change comes from within. That's why you need to understand yourself, you love yourself, forgive yourself, everything about yourself before you can understand everyone. Because you cannot give what you never have, especially love. And that's my biggest realization is when I said I love you to myself, not I love you because you're perfect, but I love you no matter what. I love you with your strain, pain, and struggle. I love you with ups and downs. I love you with everything. So yeah, that's my message.
Oh, that is so cool. So I kind of resonate with that. So I'll tell you some things that overlap from my side. Um, when I was about 12 years old, my grandfather died as well, much like you lost your father, I lost my grandfather, and he was almost like a father figure to me because he was always playing with me and he had a lot of time for me and stuff. So it was quite shock. And then I developed a speech problem. So I had a stutter through my entire high school career. And so like you, I was made fun of. I couldn't even say my name properly. I had to spell my name out and had to spell out every second word. And I also went through kind of a similar journey to what you went through. So I kind of understand, what it's like to have low self-worth and low self-esteem, and then come out of that at the end of it, being a different, transformed person. So here I am doing podcasts, and I've been a salesperson in a call center doing 100 calls a day. So that sort of thing shows that where you start doesn't necessarily mean where you end up. But you need to meet the right people along the way that will help to transform your journey. And I think that's where you come in for a lot of people. And that's quite a cool thing that you're able to now help others transform themselves and you know, accelerate the process of what you and I learned, so that it doesn't take us 10 years to transform. It maybe takes 1 year or maybe 6 months to show some improvement. I'm not sure. Um, so I understand that besides coaching, you also have written a book as well. So you also are touching lives through your book and through your coaching. So tell us a bit about that.
For sure. Okay, so in order, I love the way that you said that, like to lessen the time frame. Like you don't have to spend 33 years, I'm 33 now, in order to understand yourself. I put it in a book. So after you finish it, oh, this is me. That's my goal. And I have 5 steps for that. First one is understand. I mean, be aware. Okay, why do you have to go to the understanding part? One is understand. Step two, I'm sorry. Step three is understand. Okay, so now you know why you have to understand, go within, understand it, and then overstand it. So it's like there's a specific steps on how you can go through this and then get going. What happened after you understand everything? One of which is called manifestation made easy, because by the way, the PCOS went away. I don't know if anyone knows about this, but there's no specific cure for PCOS. Like, but believing in yourself could move forward to like a miracle, magic. There's a lot of things that you can do, but just believing in you. So manifestation made easy. How can we actually trust that we are supported? Okay, and then whatever is in this book was made purely by love, unconditional love, not no thinking that I'm talking to my inner child or younger self, that how can you do this with ease, because I struggle actually trying to get out my get out the focus for myself. Because understanding, of course, you love yourself so much, it can go to vanity, it can go to egoistic. So I tried to like, okay, how can I do this? How can I do this? So like it's gonna be reader focus. So I did everything to like just be as caring as I can with all the words that I'm sharing through that book. And yeah, one soul actually could help them liberate not only their 14th generation, but 14 generations to come. And this is my mission. Imagine one soul reading the book and you can free from all those cycles and patterns. So thank you.
It's really amazing. And like it kind of takes me back to that movie called The Butterfly Effect, when like one small change can have a ripple effect around the world. So your book, by touching one life, could essentially bring about a whole chain reaction of change. And that's pretty amazing, right? So if you think about it, it's quite humbling if you think about it in that context. You literally only need one person to buy your book to make a change, right? And then it's really cool that then you have the coaching. So if someone reads the book and then wants some sort of more personal attention and assistance, then they can come to you as a coach. So the book acts almost like a lead magnet in some ways for you, which is really great. Um, what does your typical coaching look like? Like, just walk us through like how do you do your sessions? Is it a group or is it one-to-one? Is it in person or can it be done online? And what are maybe some of the the outline of the program? Like, what stages do you go through in the program?
Thank you for that wonderful question. Now, this opportunity didn't come if I was not able to experience this breakthrough in my own mindset. I've been learning 3 years for now. I attended seminars, met Dean Graziosi. These are like my idols, like Tony Robbins. Then try to check how can I be a coach. Okay, so first of all, this will have 5 days challenge. Okay, so I will let you know how can I transform a limiting belief, a fear, whatever you're going through that make you stuck, not cleared with what you're going, purpose, passion. That's my main goal. And within these 5 days, I will let you know some challenges. Of course, I mean challenge. I will challenge you to do some uncomfortable action in order for you to be clear of what you really want based on whatever specific for you. Okay. But after which the program would actually have 100 days sprint, blueprint sprint, wherein this time it's not only just awareness, we're going to transform everything. So there's a checklist on what you can do every week. Every week there's a one-on-one coaching with me. By the way, the challenge is also one-on-one so that I can focus through I'm focusing on every clients that I have. And then after the 100 blueprint sprint, you will know how to elevate your frequency, like what you see, frequency, your vibration, how you manage your emotional intelligence, and alignment with who you really are outside or inside of you, and how you connect with other people. This also have the grounding. So sometimes we're all in our mind. We forget how to really ground our energy, sometimes making us feel overwhelmed or underwhelmed, like anxious or full of fear, like we're all in the mind. But then again, the most important thing is the present moment. So that's how you ground always. And there are some practices, some meditations. Most importantly is the NLP. NLP is the neuro linguistic programming, wherein we will have some sessions to actually cater whatever that's not disempowering you. For example, how can you anchor confidence? How can you anchor being happy? There's a process for that. How can you remove these fears that are holding you back away from the roots, even before you birth? So, like anger, sadness, fear, doubt, all of these, there is a process for that. And I was amazed when I did it myself as well. I was like, huh, this was me. It's like you can go travel with this. It's very fun, and it's very like magical if you actually believe in miracles. But yeah, it is magical in a way. And so there's also another program for this, but still working on this. It's like it's specially curated for you to really expedite what you are going through. And plus, within the program, there is accountability with me. Like weekly, there's going to be a goal and a progress. Goal, progress with the checklist and with your personal goals. And then lastly, there is like the last day or the last week. We're gonna celebrate what happened in this 100 days. It's like instead of you doing like 5 years, 10 years cycle loops, we're gonna break that within this period of time, which is the inner game.
Well, that's so awesome. And I like the fact that you celebrate at the end. It's so important to have celebrations because like we often just go from one stage in life to another without actually celebrating the period that we've just come out of and had some wins. So it's so important to do that. I've had only one other coach ever be focused on doing celebrations, and she's highly successful because the whole life is a celebration, right? And when you start having fun, you start making more money. That's what she said, right? So
True.
and because it's not all about like limiting beliefs and like feeling that money is like icky or whatever. It's you're just having fun and everything is flowing naturally and you're going through doors that are opening up to you and people are magnetized and attracted to the energy of fun. Like I think people are gravitating more towards like on social media posts that are funny, like the ones that are funny on Instagram and that are the ones that get shared the most. Like, um, if I find something funny, I'll share it with my wife or she'll share it with me. Very rarely will we share the serious ones. I mean, sometimes, but we'll share the ones like that have the toddler in the middle of the bed separating us, and the toddler's going upside down in the bed and sideways, and we're like sleeping in the corners like this. Those are the kind of things that we will share because it's funny and it's lighthearted. So definitely celebrations make a lot of sense. I think that's cool that you're doing that. Um, yeah. So
I love the energy of fun. I'm
yeah,
gonna
isn't it
put it
fun?
in my vocabulary now.
Yeah, no, that's so cool. Yeah, so now, uh, besides the book and the NLP? Is there anything else you do, or are those your main focuses?
Okay, so I mentioned that I'm single, right? But I'm in a long distance relationship. So that's one of my main focus as well, is working on with our relationship despite the distance. So it's one of my fear. Like I like proclaim I will not date anyone outside of like so far from me. But then again, sometimes what you fear is what you attract, you know? And sometimes what you fear is the other side of that fear. And I never expected that I can have this relationship, and it's so cool because we are working hand in hand to how to make it work. It's like we will prove everyone that it's actually workable, and it's gonna work for us. So yeah, that's one of my other focus right
Oh, that's wonderful. And you could actually turn that into um, training for other people or some teaching experience because there's a lot of need. I've had some interviews with relationship coaches who focus on um, relationship guidance, and long distance relationship is probably a thing where people would need support and accountability for. So you could actually make an entire program around that.
now, actually.
Yeah, yeah. And it reinforces what you're doing, holding yourself accountable while holding other people accountable. So that's pretty cool. Um,
Uh,
yeah, and I do wish you all the best, and I hope that you do get united someday. That'll be really wonderful. Um,
Thank you.
yeah. So, uh, um, what is generally the best way for someone to get involved in your program? Would they go to your website? Would they just DM you on Facebook? Or how do you generally have people coming to you?
Um, I'm focusing in one platform right now, which is Facebook, and so that's where also I post some of my creative works, and sometimes I do TikTok videos, but that's like sometimes random talks. But for the clients, I'm in Facebook. Victoria Lacap is my account, and you'll see the one with purple, and that's me. I love purple.
Oh, that's so cool. So yeah, we will put your Facebook profile details in the description so that the audience can reach out to you if they have any assistance requirements in those areas, and if they just want to level up their life and become the best version of themselves.
For
I totally believe with your mission, and it often takes me back to um, flying on airplanes. I used to travel a bit with my family in my younger days, and I always used to remember that the flight attendant used to say to put on your own mask first before affixing it to the child. Okay. And I didn't quite get it straight away, but after a couple of flights, I was quite young. After a couple of flights, it clicked for me that yeah, if the adult passes out and is unable to put the mask on themselves, they can't then affix to the child anyway, and both of them won't survive. So it's so important to take care of yourself first, and then you can take care of the people around you to your best possibility. And what you are doing is facilitating that, and that's really amazing. So I wish you all the best of success, and I hope that you change countless lives throughout the world.
you too, Ricardo. I have faith in you.
Thank you, likewise, and thank you so much for being on the show. Do you have any last words or a message that you would like to leave with the audience?
Okay, so okay, I'm black right now, but whatever happened right now, whatever we talk about, I didn't prepare that. It's like I just surrender in every present moment because that's where the gifts are. That's why it's called presence. And I just wanna thank God, Universe Source, for bringing me Ricardo. Okay, because I never expected this. I just realized that okay, give me whoever needs my help, who needs my gifts. And so if you are like looking for someone to hold your hand because no one did to me. Woo, okay, but I'm here always. And I wish you all the best, guys. Whatever you're going through, remember that any gift, someone already prayed for it. Okay, so maybe sometimes you just need to work on with yourself first in order to be courageous that it's time, it's now, it's here. That's all.
That's really wonderful. And you pulled it off really well. At first, I thought you were going to go blank, but then you came right out of it and it was brilliant. And I love what you did with the word presence. It's the same as presents, gifts. So you have to be present first, show up as your best self so you can give other people presents. And those presents are their self-improvement. And that is the best present you can give to someone. That's what you're doing now. So thank you for what you're doing and thank you for being on the show. And
Thank you.
to the audience, please remember to click on the links and please make contact with Victoria, even just to follow her, give her some support. She's doing great things. She needs the support. And remember to always dream big and build bigger. So we'll see you next time.